I'm a retired physician now in my 70s, and after more than 3 decades in geriatric medicine, I want to speak to you directly and honestly. Over the years, I've seen countless older adults, people just like you or your parents, walk into my office carrying bags of colorful bottles. Multivitamins, calcium tablets, ginkgo pills, protein powders, collagen supplements, you name it. Each one was purchased with the hope of buying health, of keeping illness far away, of not becoming a burden to children or grandchildren. This scene is familiar, isn't it? Maybe you or someone in your family has a dining table covered with little jars and daily pill organizers. Every morning feels like a ritual, one tablet for the bones, one for the memory, one for the skin, another for the heart. The ads on television or social media promise miracles, reverse aging, protect your brain, strengthen your body. And it feels comforting, like you are doing the right thing for your health. But here's the hard truth. Many of these supplements not only fail to deliver what they promise, they may even harm your body when taken in large amounts or without guidance. The good intentions of protecting your health could turn into hidden dangers, damaging your liver, straining your kidneys, or even increasing the risk of heart attack and stroke. So let me ask you directly, are you really gaining health from those bottles, or are you unknowingly paying for harm? Tell me your thoughts in the comments. Do you or your loved ones rely heavily on supplements? Follow this channel so together we can uncover the truths, share our experiences, and learn how to live healthier, safer, and longer. Let's begin with something very common, multivitamins. In North America, especially in the United States and Canada, shelves in pharmacies and supermarkets are lined with bottles labeled Daily Complete 50+, Men's Health, or Senior Women's Formula. For many older adults, taking a multivitamin has become almost automatic, like brushing teeth. It feels like an insurance policy. If I miss nutrients in my meals, this little pill will cover it. That idea sounds reasonable, but science tells a more complicated story. Over the last 20 years, large-scale studies in the US and Europe have consistently shown that taking high-dose multivitamins does not lower the risk of chronic diseases like heart disease, cancer, or dementia. In fact, some vitamins in excess can tilt the body's balance in dangerous ways. Take vitamin A and beta-carotene as an example. While naturally found in carrots and leafy greens, when taken in high-dose supplements, they have been linked to an increased risk of lung cancer in smokers. Vitamin C in large amounts may lead to kidney stones, something particularly painful and dangerous for older adults. Vitamin E at high doses interferes with blood clotting, making even a small fall or bruise far more serious. I recall a patient in her late 60s living in Toronto. She proudly showed me her monthly subscription of multivitamins, saying, "Doctor, I don't eat as well as I should, so I make up for it with these." But her blood tests told a different story. Her liver enzymes were abnormally high, a sign of stress caused by unnecessary supplementation. She believed she was protecting her health, yet in reality her body was quietly suffering. Here's the truth. We must remember, the human body is remarkably smart. It's designed to get nutrients in balanced amounts from food, not from concentrated pills. When you eat a bowl of mixed vegetables, your body receives vitamins, fiber, antioxidants, and minerals all working together. But when you swallow a capsule containing only isolated synthetic vitamins, the balance is broken. Too much of one nutrient can block the absorption of another, creating new problems instead of preventing them. Does this mean multivitamins are always bad? Not necessarily. For people with specific deficiencies like vitamin D in long winters, or B12 for those with absorption issues, supplements can be essential. But the key is personalization and moderation, ideally guided by a doctor or a nutritionist. So before you reach for that big bottle of Daily Complete, ask yourself, do I truly need this, or am I being convinced by clever advertising? The safer choice is often simpler and tastier: an extra serving of spinach, a handful of nuts, a glass of milk, or a plate of colorful berries. These foods provide not only the vitamins, but also the natural compounds that supplements can never fully replicate. Friends, don't fall into the trap of thinking more is better. With supplements, more can sometimes mean more harm. What your body really craves is balance, not excess. Now let's move on to something almost every senior has heard about: calcium supplements. If you walk into any pharmacy in the US or Canada, you will find entire aisles filled with calcium tablets, chewable gummies, and even chocolate-flavored calcium squares. The marketing message is everywhere: stronger bones, fewer fractures, freedom from osteoporosis. For many older women and men, the advice seems clear: take more calcium to keep bones hard as stone. But here's where the story takes a dangerous turn. While calcium is indeed the main building block of bones, the way we consume it matters. When calcium comes from food, it's absorbed slowly, combined with other nutrients and naturally regulated by the body. But when it arrives in the form of high-dose pills, especially more than 2,000 milligrams per day, it floods the bloodstream all at once. The body cannot instantly move all that calcium into the bones, so where does the excess go? It begins to settle in places where it doesn't belong, inside blood vessels in the kidneys or around the heart. I recall a case in Vancouver, a 4-year-old woman who was terrified by her bone density scan. The report showed osteopenia, which simply meant her bones were a little thinner than average for her age. Fearing fractures, she started taking 2 large calcium tablets each morning and another 2 each night. She believed she was protecting her bones, but 3 years later she was rushed to the emergency room with chest pain. Tests revealed severe calcification in her coronary arteries, the very blood vessels feeding her heart. Instead of saving her bones, the supplements had nearly cost her life. Medical research backs up stories like hers. A major study in New Zealand followed thousands of women and found that those who took daily calcium supplements had a 30% higher risk of heart attack compared to those who didn't. Data from Harvard Medical School reached similar conclusions. Excess calcium from supplements accelerates vascular calcification, especially in older adults. This means your arteries can literally become as stiff and brittle as cement pipes. And the risk doesn't end with the heart. Excess calcium often accumulates in the kidneys, forming painful kidney stones. I remember a gentleman in his late 70s who loved to joke, "If calcium makes bones strong, I'll be Superman." He took 3 tablets daily. But one afternoon he came into my clinic, doubled over in pain, his urine bright red with blood. Scans showed a large kidney stone blocking his urinary tract. Surgery was required and his bone insurance turned into a nightmare. Does this mean calcium itself is harmful? Absolutely not. In fact, getting enough calcium is vital for maintaining bone strength and preventing fractures. The key lies in how you get it. The safest and most effective sources are natural foods, a glass of milk with breakfast, a piece of cheese, a serving of leafy greens like kale or collard greens, or even a sprinkle of black sesame seeds on your cereal. These foods release calcium gradually in amounts the body can handle. Combine that with regular sunlight exposure, which helps your body make vitamin D, and weight-bearing exercises like walking, light, jogging, or even gardening, and your bones can stay resilient without the risks of over-supplementation. So the next time you see a commercial urging you to buy another giant bottle of calcium tablets, pause and ask yourself, am I truly protecting my health, or am I paving the road for heart problems and kidney stones? Remember this simple principle: calcium from food strengthens your bones. Calcium from excessive pills can harden your arteries. A comfortable pair of walking shoes and a plate of leafy greens may be far more valuable than a shelf full of tablets. After calcium, let's turn to another supplement that has become incredibly popular among older adults in North America: ginkgo biloba extract. You've probably seen the ads, an elderly man reading the newspaper with sharp focus, or a grandmother suddenly remembering her grandchildren's birthdays, all thanks to ginkgo pills. The message is seductive. Take this capsule and your memory will stay clear. Dementia won't catch you. For anyone over 60, the fear of losing memory is real, and that fear is what makes this supplement so appealing. But here's the reality: the science simply does not match the promise. Over the past 2 decades, multiple large-scale studies in the United States and Europe have carefully tested whether ginkgo truly prevents dementia or improves memory. The most famous of these is the GEM study, Ginkgo Evaluation of Memory, conducted by the National Institutes of Health in the US. Thousands of participants followed for several years, took either ginkgo extract or a placebo. The results: ginkgo did not reduce the risk of dementia. Its effect on memory was negligible, no better than sugar pills. This gap between marketing and reality has serious consequences. I remember a 72-year-old man in Montreal who came to see me. He had been faithfully taking ginkgo pills for more than 5 years, convinced they were feeding his brain. Yet his daughter noticed his memory was declining. He forgot conversations, misplaced items, repeated questions. When I explained that ginkgo wasn't a proven treatment, he was shocked. But the commercials made it sound like the answer, he said. Sadly, those years might have been better spent focusing on proven strategies like regular exercise and mental activities. And the risks go beyond false hope. Ginkgo extract contains compounds that thin the blood by preventing platelets from clumping together. This might sound beneficial, but for someone already taking aspirin, warfarin, or other blood thinners for heart disease, a very common scenario among seniors in the US and Canada, it can be dangerous. The combination greatly increases the risk of internal bleeding, whether in the stomach or far worse in the brain. I once treated a patient in Boston who ended up in the emergency room with a serious gastrointestinal bleed. He had been taking aspirin prescribed by his cardiologist, but he also added ginkgo pills on his own after seeing an online ad. The result was a life-threatening complication that could have been avoided. So what should we do instead if the goal is to protect our memory and reduce the risk of dementia? Science points us back to the basics. Regular physical activity, brisk walking, swimming, or even dancing improves blood flow to the brain. Challenging the mind with puzzles, learning a new language, or practicing music stimulates neural connections. Social engagement, having conversations, volunteering, joining a community group helps preserve mental sharpness. And of course, a diet rich in vegetables, fruits, fish, and healthy fats, like the Mediterranean diet, has been consistently linked to lower dementia risk. These strategies may not sound as easy as swallowing a capsule, but they are far more effective and safer. They don't cost hundreds of dollars a year in pills, and they come without the risk of dangerous side effects. So friends, the next time you see a commercial promising that a little ginkgo pill can protect your memory, remember this truth: there is no shortcut, no miracle cure in a bottle. Real brain health is built day by day through movement, learning relationships, and wholesome food. Don't let fear drive you toward false promises. Instead, let knowledge guide you toward choices that truly make a difference. We've talked about memory bones in the heart. Now let's move to something that strikes closer to the mirror: collagen powders. Walk into any pharmacy or browse online health shops in the US and Canada, and you'll see tubs of white powder labeled "Beauty from Within" or "Age-Defying Collagen." The promise is simple and appealing. Mix a scoop into your coffee or smoothie and your wrinkles will fade, your joints will loosen, and you'll look years younger. For many older adults, especially women who want to maintain skin elasticity, it sounds almost magical. But here's the inconvenient truth: swallowing collagen does not mean your skin automatically becomes firmer. When you consume collagen powder, your digestive system breaks it down into amino acids, the same way it breaks down a piece of chicken, fish, or tofu. Your body doesn't send those amino acids straight to your skin. Instead, it uses them wherever they are needed, maybe repairing muscles, producing enzymes, or supporting organs. The idea that powdered collagen will travel directly to the face and erase wrinkles is more marketing fantasy than medical fact. That doesn't mean collagen has no role. Some small studies suggest it might help with joint health or skin hydration in certain cases, but the evidence is far from conclusive and the long-term benefits are unclear. Meanwhile, the risks are often overlooked. Many collagen powders on the market are made from animal sources: cowhide, fish scales, or chicken bones. If not carefully processed, they may contain contaminants such as heavy metals or chemical residues. In 2019, a report in Canada found that some imported collagen powders exceeded safe limits for lead, a toxic metal that can harm kidneys and bones. I recall a 8-year-old woman in California who came to see me complaining of persistent stomach discomfort. She proudly explained that she had been adding collagen powder to her coffee every morning, convinced it was keeping her young. But after blood tests and a closer look, we discovered her supplement contained artificial sweeteners and additives that were irritating her digestive system. Her beauty routine was quietly damaging her gut health. And then there is the cost. A single jar of collagen powder can run between $30 and $80, often lasting only a few weeks. Multiply that by a year and seniors may spend hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars on products that deliver little more benefit than a balanced diet would provide at a fraction of the cost. So what is the smarter, safer alternative? The body naturally makes collagen, but it needs the right building blocks. Vitamin C is essential for collagen synthesis, which means foods like oranges, strawberries, bell peppers, and broccoli are powerful allies. Protein-rich foods, fish, poultry, eggs, beans, and soy provide the amino acids your body can use to make collagen exactly where it's needed. Staying hydrated also helps keep skin plump and joints flexible. And let's not forget lifestyle. Protecting your skin from sun damage, avoiding smoking, and maintaining healthy sleep patterns all preserve the collagen you already have. Friends, don't be fooled by glamorous ads or celebrity endorsements. A scoop of powder will not reverse decades of natural aging. Aging is part of life, but healthy aging, where you feel strong, active, and confident, comes from habits, not hype. Instead of spending hundreds on jars of powder, invest in fresh produce, wholesome protein, and daily self-care. That is the real fountain of youth available to all of us. We've talked about vitamins, calcium, ginkgo, and collagen powders. Now let's discuss what I consider one of the most dangerous traps for older adults, the so-called comprehensive supplement packages. These are often sold online or through subscription services in the US and Canada. They come in small packets, each containing 10 or more different pills, vitamins, minerals, herbal extracts, all bundled together with the slogan, "One pack a day, everything your body needs." For someone over 60 who doesn't want to think about nutrition details, it sounds incredibly convenient. But let's pause for a moment. Does swallowing a handful of pills truly replace a healthy meal? The answer is no. And worse, these packets can quietly overload your body. Instead of solving health problems, they often create new ones. I remember a 5-year-old man in Chicago who started one of these subscription programs after a friend recommended it. Each morning, he opened a shiny packet with 12 pills inside. "Doctor," he told me proudly, "this is my insurance. I don't have to worry about what I eat anymore." But after 6 months, routine blood tests showed elevated liver enzymes, a sign of liver stress. Further investigation revealed that the combination of high-dose vitamins and concentrated herbal extracts in those packets was straining his liver every single day. His insurance policy was in fact harming the very organ responsible for detoxifying his body. The problem is twofold. First, too many nutrients at once can overwhelm the body. Our liver and kidneys are designed to handle nutrients in balanced amounts, usually delivered through food over time. But when you swallow a packet containing megadoses of vitamin B, vitamin C, zinc, and multiple herbal blends all at once, your body struggles to process them. Excess doesn't mean strength, it means toxic load. Second, there's the risk of drug interactions. Many older adults in the US and Canada are already taking prescription medications for conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, or heart disease. Add in a supplement packet with unknown herbs or unregulated ingredients, and suddenly you have dangerous interactions. For example, street, John's wort often slipped into energy blends, can interfere with antidepressants and blood thinners. High doses of vitamin K can counteract warfarin, increasing the risk of stroke. These are not small concerns, they are life-threatening. And let's talk about the money. These subscription programs aren't cheap. Some cost $60 to $100 per month. Over a year. That's more than $1. 000. Money that could have gone toward fresh food, exercise classes, or even a trip with family. All of which do far more for your health than swallowing mystery pills. So what is the wiser approach? It comes back to personalization and precision. Supplementation only makes sense when a doctor identifies a deficiency and prescribes the right dose for your needs. If your blood test shows low vitamin D, then a specific supplement may help. If your diet lacks B12 due to absorption issues, then a measured dose is beneficial. But taking everything without knowing what your body actually requires is not healthcare, it's blind gambling. Friends, please don't let shiny marketing slogans fool you. True health will never be found in a pre-packaged bag of pills. It's found in the meals you cook with fresh ingredients, in the daily walks you take under the sun, and in the laughter shared with family and friends. Instead of chasing convenience, choose wisdom. Instead of swallowing everything, focus on what your body truly needs. We've walked through the world of supplements together, vitamins, calcium, ginkgo, collagen, and those all in one packets, and the pattern is clear. The promises sound simple, but the reality is often complicated, expensive, and even dangerous. As someone who has cared for older adults for decades, I want you to carry one truth with you. Health is not hidden in bottles, it's built in daily choices. Think about it. A pill might seem like the fastest way to protect your body, but what truly sustains life is often free and available to us every day. A plate of colorful vegetables gives you antioxidants without the risks of high-dose capsules. A serving of dairy, tofu, or leafy greens strengthens bones without hardening your arteries. A brisk walk in the park, a conversation with friends, or reading to your grandchildren keeps your brain sharper than any ginkgo pill ever could. Even something as simple as drinking enough water and sleeping well supports your skin and joints better than expensive collagen powders. And beyond the physical, there is another kind of health that no supplement can replace, the joy of connection. Sharing meals, laughing with family, volunteering in your community, these moments strengthen not only your heart, but also your spirit. I've seen patients who followed these simple habits, live, vibrant, independent lives, well into their 80s and 90s, without depending on shelves full of pills. So before you spend another $100 on a supplement that promises to be a miracle cure, pause and ask yourself, is this really what my body needs? Or am I buying into fear and marketing? You deserve better. You deserve choices guided by wisdom, not by advertisements. Friends, if today's message resonates with you, share it with someone you care about. Let's protect each other from the traps of false promises and build a culture of true health, one based on balance, knowledge, and community. Because in the end, the most powerful medicine is not found in a capsule. It is found in the way we live, the food we eat, the steps we take under the sun, and the love we give and receive each day.